In this video, I'm going to show you the success I'm having with my new 1 week, $1,000 challenge where I use one stock. I try to use it for 10 weeks. We want to try to make $1,000 a week. Now, I've already done this year and we've had a lot of success, and I'm already knocking it down for this one. Man, caught me in the middle of my workout. Got to jog every single night. We put in the time. We take no days off. Hey, look, how soon is now? Stick around. I know you're going to like this one. Hey, welcome back, everyone. It is time for another red hot covered call video. Well, hey, look, we're back behind the mic. I want to show you my 1 week, $1,000 challenge on pins. I did a video on this a couple weeks ago. Some things have changed, and I might not be using pins for my 1 week, $1,000 challenge because pins announced earnings and it is moving higher. And I'll tell you what, I do not want to be risking that much capital for a 1 week, $1,000 challenge. So stick around. I'm going to show you the trade that just closed last week, and I'm going to show you the new stock that I'm using for this new challenge. It is a 10-week challenge. We're already into week 2, and I think you're going to like it. Now look, let's go ahead and get to this. If you've never been to my channel and you like what you're about to hear, I want you to subscribe to the channel. It's right there and it's free. I come back every week, give you timely and relevant covered call trades. We talk about them, so maybe you learn something. I show you trades that I've actually done, risk real money. I want to pay it forward in the sense that I really want to motivate somebody out there, could be you, to get off the bench and finally take your financial future in your own hands. I pay it forward because my mentor Jerry helped me some 4.5 years ago. I encourage everyone to go to my website, cptdashboard.com, and watch that 6-minute video. That explains why, even though I'm knocking down money I could have never believed that I would ever make in the stock market today, here and now, if it were not for Jerry, I would never have had this kind of success. You know, in life, you always want to have a mentor. You always want to have a trusted friend that you can talk to about very important life-changing things. And I'll tell you what, I was having a rough time swing trading, day trading, losing money. He showed me the way. I'll never forget it. He looked at me and said, let me show you how I generate income in retirement, paying the bills. And he helped me. He mentored me to now having a skill that I could use, taking my financial future in my hands. And I'll tell you, man, it's a blessing. So if you like any of that, I want you to subscribe to the channel. And hey, look, if you like this video today, bang that like button. It lets me know you like what I'm doing. Now, what I'm doing is this. I am updating my website. And as of right now, I think it's February 13th. As of right now, I have bagged $26,458. I'm already up damn near 12% for the year. My January eclipsed all Januaries with making over $11,000, and we're only halfway into February, and I've already eclipsed January's numbers. I think I'm at 12,000 or 14,000. I could easily do the math, right? Subtract that number from the 11,000 I made in January. I show you my numbers to motivate those that want to see the numbers. A lot of people ask me, you know, you're always throwing out these big numbers. Why do you do that? You don't have to do that. No, I don't. But here's the deal. There's a lot of you out there that really want to see the numbers because at the end of the day, our financial futures, it's a numbers game, right? And you want to be motivated and you want to have goals. And a lot of you tell me in emails that one of your goals is to achieve the kind of success I'm having. And that absolutely humbles me. And I have to say, I'm pulling for you. Now, with that said, one of the most requested things that I get in my inbox all the time is, John, you need a beginner's corner. All of your videos are sort of at an advanced level. Even though you try to bring it down and explain it, it's a little fast it can be a little intimidating, even though you make it sound so simple. Give us some training. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm putting together some very specific slides on topics that we need to know. I'm going to do videos that accompany that. I'm going to post them up on my website for free. I want to have that training series where I can call it my Basic Training 101. I really don't want to intimidate everybody. I want everybody to feel comfortable with it, comfortable with the learning, because I know if you feel comfortable with it, you'll do it. That's really my goal here. I want you, whoever you are, to get motivated, passionate, get up, actually get in the game, do your very first trade. And I'll tell you, once you do 1 trade, 2 trades, 3 trades, you won't need me anymore. So look for that. And as you can see, I'm trying to put together some great slide presentations that are really visual. Now, again, I'm going to add a tab on my website, cptdashboard.com, free training, and you'll be able to download these slide presentations. I'm going to keep doing these because as I'm mentoring and coaching people, I really want to have a classroom where we have training session number 1, 2, and 3, have some videos that go with these slide presentations. And to be honest with you, you can download them, put them on your laptop, and say you're traveling or you're somewhere where you don't have an internet connection, you could play them on your laptop or iPad. Really want to continue the training off YouTube. And that's very important because we're not always on YouTube. So I want to get us laser focused here and get us a covered call, cash secure put classroom for which we can really get that financial education I keep talking about. Okay, so I've been talking about pins for damn near a year. In fact, I did one of my very first wheel trades on pins last year. Absolutely loved it. Never was assigned the shares, man, because I'm really good at picking some great support lines, and usually the stock goes higher and I'm not assigned the shares. If I'm going to do wheels, man, I really need to get good at this because that's just one of the things that I have a problem with. When I do a cash secure put, I usually put it at the money or a little bit out of the money near support. I'm always using stocks that have generally peeled back. It's just a rule of thumb I use to help me buy stocks without the fluff. Well, trying to do a wheel when the chart sets up like that just doesn't set up for me to be assigned the shares, right? I mean, unless I do an in-the-money cash secure put, only then will I be assigned the shares because I haven't been able to do it. I'll pick my strike price. I'll get paid the hella premium for an at-the-money strike, and all these stocks seem to just go higher, and we pocket that premium, we move on. But with pins, I've been talking about it with my members, and I love doing these "What is John watching?" Always love to let the members know when I'm watching something that looks pretty good. And in this case, back in December, I was watching pins for a potential cash secure put. I was going to start another wheel, right? Look at how pins trade sideways. Now, I'm going to highlight this on the chart, but this is what I love to use. Stocks that trade in a range. Now, that range could be sideways to higher, sideways to lower. It could be steadily going higher. We want the range because the range is bankable. I talked about this recently in my videos with Rocket Mortgage. Rocket Mortgage right now, if you pull up the chart, RKT, pull up a 3-month chart, you will see that it trades in a range of 23 to 1950, and it's pretty bankable. Goes to 23 and it comes back to 1950. From 1950 goes to 23. And there's really no news events. This thing just trades in a range. Now that's bankable because what I could do when it falls to 1950, I can write that 19 strike, that cash secure put 19 strike, do it all the time, and it moves higher, just like it's doing now. And then when it gets to about 2050, 21, I could buy the shares, write the out of the money 23, and there's a chance I collect that premium. The stock is moving higher, so those call premiums are paying a little bit more. The stock goes up to 23, and if I timed it right, they take my shares, we pocket the money, we move on. That's the bankable range we're looking for. Now, with that said, pins has been trading like that for a while. And ever since I introduced pins to you cats, that's what it's done. You could see it right there. Go all the way back to the left of the chart. It's trading sideways to higher, not really jumping off the chart. So you feel like you buy the shares, you write the cover call, and this thing spikes 20 points. You feel like you're left holding the bag because you missed all that profit. You want that nice steady trade. Now, with that said, every single time it seems to come back to support, and you could see that support line right there. And every time it comes to that support line, I'll do that cash secure put, and look what happens. It keeps going higher. Pins is killing their earnings every single time. I told you Pins is a verb stock. It's now associated with an action. I could be out on my nightly walk with my wife. We'll see a nice garden bed. She'll say something like, I need to Pinterest that. Right? It is a verb stock because people use it now to describe an action. And when that happens, these stocks usually go higher. My examples are Zillow, which has doubled since I told you it was going to double at 103. Zoom, for which I emailed the members when it was trading at 100. It's now trading over 400. Of course, we know the big one, Google, where obviously people use the word Google instead of search. Now, with that said, I've been using pins most of the time for these cash secure puts because I don't mind owning pins at the price I pick. I mean, I picked the 68 strike, the 65 strike, the 71 strike as I've been playing pins. This thing is pretty bankable. And I'm going to show you here on the charts what it has done recently. My recent trade where I pocketed $1,900, but I'll tell you what, it is now moving higher. And I've picked another stock for my 1 week, $1,000 challenge because I'm not going to drop $85,000 on 1,000 shares of pins. That's going to throw my diversification out of whack. If I'm going to use 1,000 shares of a stock, I really want that stock to be a $20, $30, $40, $50 stock. So I'm not out of balance with my diversification. Now, with that said, maybe I don't need 1,000 shares of pins. Maybe I can still achieve the $1,000 a week with maybe 500 or 600 shares. And we'll look into that next week. But I do have another stock that I'm using right now. And in fact, I've already got a trade. I'll mention that here at the end. Let me show you this trade, how it closed, and maybe looking at the chart and seeing what I see, pins might be one that you add to your basket of stocks to use. Hey, look, go back to cptdashboard.com, click Upgraded Dashboard for your 1 free month offer. Now, here's the cash secure put trade I did. This is the buyback. Now, here's the deal. I send out emails every time I do a trade and when I do a buyback. It's just the way I do it. Everybody sees my real trades and they can go to my blog site and see them all. I want to post them up. I want to be transparent. They're all there. To be honest with you, I took that idea from the Covered Call Advisor. You've actually heard me talk about the Covered Call Advisor on my channel. I always go to the Covered Call Advisors just to check out what he's doing. That dude is a real OG in the covered call game, and I still enjoy going to his site. Now, that's what I wanted to do here, but I also wanted to give it a little more commentary, colors, flavor, easy to read, and that's what I do when I send out my emails. Now, with that said, this was a trade for which I started a 1 week, $1,000 challenge. So instead of buying 1,000 shares, I decided to use the cash secure put. Almost like a wheel here, but I wanted to use the cash secure put, and you can see there it's for 4 days. Now, it was for 5 days when I did the trade, but I bought it back early. The reason I bought it back early, as you can see, the original premium was $1.90. Yes, on the Monday morning, I went ahead and I sold an at the money cash secure put. I got paid $1.90. That's $1,900 on a $78,000 investment. Well, the trade's on and here we go. Well, as the week is moving forward, Pins has earnings. Now, I know a lot of you say, hey man, you're breaking the golden rules. You're trading around earnings. Look, a part of this 1 week, $1,000 challenge is all about making trades and managing trades. It's about being able to do this weekly and navigating the good times and the bad times. I told you, these challenges really, really sharpen my skills because if the stock were to fall, I'm put in a situation where I might be assigned to shares. And if I don't want to be assigned to shares, I'm going to have to roll out and down and try to get another credit. Again, sharpening the skills of a buyback, rolling down, creating another credit. Now, if the stock goes higher, well, we're going to use an exit strategy just like I did here. So literally with 1 day left, the option that I got paid $1.90 is trading for 5 cents. I end up buying that back for 5 cents, pocketing $1.85 in this 4-day trade. You can see it right there, pocketing $1,850. I'll tell you, we're already knocking it down for this 1 week, $1,000 challenge, which is going to be my 10-week challenge. But now here's the problem. Although I would love to be flinging 1,000 shares of pins right now, that's going to cost me $85,000. And I need to be diversified in my portfolio. You know, at the end of the day, man, it's all about diversification. If you can be diversified, be diversified. Because the market can go up and down. I tell you what, you can make money on up days, down days. Make money on down days and up days if you're diversified, right? Some sectors are getting crushed. Other sectors are being rallied. So I am diversified, and I'm not going to get out of diversification trying to overreach for those hella crumbs when it comes to pins. So instead of using pins for the continuation of this one stock, 1 week, $1,000 challenge, I got to pick another one. And to be honest with you, it's going to be cheaper because rolling with $85,000, you know, I'm going to pump the brakes here. I just do not want to get caught because what have I told you here on the channel? We make good decisions. And I tell everybody in life, you make the best decision with the best information you have right now. And that's the important thing. And hey, look, I could probably make money on pins all day long, but we're going to pump the brakes. We're not going to be doing $1,000 challenges with a damn near $100 stock. What I want to do, pump the brakes. I'll probably do 300 shares and keep it rolling because I know pins. But with that said, we're going to take this, we're going to set it to the side, and I have another stock I'm using. But let's look at this chart here because I think this is the most telling part of this. You know, Pinterest just had earnings. And they blew away earnings. And now Wall Street is jacking up all of their numbers. And they've got price increases and all this stuff. So what does Pins do? Once they announce earnings, man, this thing was trading sideways. Bankable, where we could buy the shares, write the covered call, have our shares taken away. We can sell the cash secure put. The shares would trade that line. And as you could see, it would trade above that line. So it's bankable. Love trading bankable stocks. Well, as you could see, Pinterest fell off a bit and then it rallies. And this thing really rallies. Earnings was tremendous, just like earnings has been tremendous throughout the year because Pinterest has figured out how to monetize their site. They were very similar to Facebook. When Facebook went public, they hadn't monetized the mobile side of their business. And that sort of crushed their stock. When it went public, Facebook was $42. It got down as low as 17. At 17, they came out with news that they figured out how to monetize their mobile app. Well, that was Pinterest. Pinterest was muddling in the 30s, and until they slammed earnings, showed Wall Street that they got a real business of monetization on their site, Wall Street didn't give them any love. But that day, they gave them a plus 30% love, and it has been off to the races since. And of course, they don't disappoint because look at the stock just absolutely pushing higher. So Pinterest is still one of my favorites. There's no doubt. And I actually think Pinterest here is probably going to do this at the 80 and 90 level. This thing seems to go up where it trades in the 50s. It gets that news bump. It trades in the 60s, gets that news bump. It hits that 70 level. Now we're in the 80 level. This was pretty bankable with Win. When I first started trading Win, it would climb these little $10 levels where it would climb from 90 to 100 and it would plateau, trade a little bit, move up to 120, plateau a little bit. That's what I love about this stock because even though it's spiked higher, this thing might be plateauing a bit where we might be able to buy some shares, write a covered call, maybe do a cash secure put before it heads to the next level. Again, that's if the stock market's trading sideways to higher. I believe it will. So with Pinterest, on my first week of my $1,000 challenge, pockets me damn near $1,900. We're already hitting the deck plates running for success for this challenge. Now, let me show you the stock I did pick, and I sold a cash secure put again, this time getting $2. Now, before I show you that new stock, I do want to show you how that trade closed. As you can see, February 8th, I started the new challenge. I used Pinterest. It was a February 12th expiration. You could see it only went for 4 days, 78 strike, 10 contracts, got paid $190. Turns out I buy it back for 5 cents. I keep $1.85. That's times 1 1,000 shares. That's $1,850 for the very first week of this 10-week challenge. Let me show you the new trade and the new stock. And I think a lot of you will remember good old DraftKings. DraftKings was the stock I did on my last challenge, where for 10 weeks, I only made $9,600 in a 10-week challenge trying to generate $1,000 a week. I kept it for 11 and 12 weeks, ended up making $1,000 a week on average. I think for 11 weeks, my last trade put me over $11,400. DraftKings has been very bankable. It's one of the stocks that I talk about in the video where I talk about where I'm going to spend $120,000 in 2021. I believe DraftKings will double, largely because I believe more and more states will allow online betting. So for me, I just see more good news for DraftKings than bad. So I'm going to stick with DraftKings here. But you must understand, these stocks have huge premiums. They're more volatile. They're not risky. They're just more volatile. And I've been trading DraftKings, and I've been trading DraftKings for months, and I feel really comfortable with it. So instead of doing something with pins, we've decided to go back to DraftKings. We're going to go back to the well one more time, see if we can't do the next 9 weeks with DraftKings. You can see it right there, February 11th. That matches up with my buyback of pins. So on the same day that I bought back pins, I put new money in the game. I went ahead and did a cash secure put on DraftKings. That is a February 19th. So that's this coming Friday. So when I bought back the pins trade, I had 1 day to figure this out, and that's what I did. I then sold the following Friday, getting 1 extra day of time value on this side of the week. Instead of waiting till Monday, then doing the cash secure put, I did it on a Friday. That extra 1 day jacked up my premium. And I'll tell you what, DraftKings was down $3 on that day. So everything's lining up. DraftKings down $3. The put volume was higher. The put premiums were higher. So when I do that cash secure put at the money, I get a higher premium return. And as you could see, February 19th is the expiration. That's 8 days. I did the $59.50. And that was at the money. I think DraftKings was trading at about $59.60, maybe $59.70. 10 contracts, $2.05. That is over $2,000 in an 8-day trade. Combine that with the $18.50 I got from pins, 2 weeks. We're damn near $4,000. As I told my premium members, man, I'm gonna have to change the name of this challenge to the 1 week $2,000 challenge. Well, we don't want to go there. I'm gonna pump the brakes, but you can see what I'm doing. And I'll tell you, man, this can be very profitable. And I actually believe DraftKings can go higher, and I can keep playing this for the next 9 weeks. Well, look, that 1 free month offer is waiting for you. It's 49 cents a day. Look, what I want to do is up your game. That's why I come back. I do appreciate you watching my videos and giving me all the feedback in the comments. And when you bang that like button, man, it really jacks me up to do another red hot covered call video. Hey, look, I want you to share this video. Let other people know there's a cat on YouTube that's just trying to up everybody's game. And hey, look, if you haven't been to Facebook, man, that's where I update everybody on all this stuff. A lot of stuff I don't talk about on YouTube. So I want you to go to Facebook, search CPT Dashboard, and follow my page. Hey, look, be safe, be healthy. Most important, be lucky. Until next time, may all your covered calls be profitable.